Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Chiara. Chiara is from Italy, but she lives in Paris. So let's see what Chiara has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello,
Okay.
Chiara. How are you?
I'm fine and you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
So tell me, how was your day today?
Quite tiring because I'm very taken with my work so far because I work as a biologist in a research institution here in Paris. I've been living
Wow.
in Paris for 12 years, but I'm Italian and dual citizen, French and Italian now.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle after the Christmas holidays. There are tons of work to do every day. So yeah, it's a very exciting job, but also quite tiring sometimes.
Tell me what's the biggest joy of waking up in Paris every morning?
Knowing that you wake up, you go outside, you step into the streets, and you never know what's gonna happen during your day.
Wow.
It's still a city, despite my routine,
Uh-huh.
which is full of surprises, I think.
And why Paris?
Why Paris? Well, because it was my dream it was my childhood dream, as
Uh-huh.
many other immigrants, I believe.
Wow.
The first time I visited Paris, I was 21 years old. I was really young, and never really traveled in my young life. It was the very first time that I stepped into the big city life. And it
Uh-huh.
was quite overwhelming, especially when you come for a small city in southern Italy, because my hometown is called Caserta. It's quite close to Naples, but it's not like Naples at all. So the
Wow.
first time I visit, of course, I visit for a weekend as a tourist, and I felt so impressed by the arts, the beauty, people as well, because I don't think Parisian people are so arrogant as people say.
Uh-huh.
So I told myself, one day I'll live in this city and I want to do it as soon as possible.
That's amazing.
And
And
then, yes, then I had the opportunity to travel again to Paris, but this time as an Erasmus student.
okay.
And this was the giant leap. The
Wow.
giant leap that led me to do the work I do today. Because after this internship, I gained experience in my area study, my area work. I managed to perform successful interviews for several laboratories, and so I
Wow.
started my career as a research engineer.
Wow. So let's start the interview talking about your career. So you are biologists.
Mhm.
I see. So walk me through a little bit more about your career as a biologist, how everything started.
Well, everything started, I'll say, when I was in middle school.
Okay.
I tried to figure myself to decide what kind of job I'm gonna do when I'll be an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I always be passionate by science, by lab science in particular, and everything everything regarding human health, the way our cells work, the human body work.
Wow.
So after high school, it was a natural reaction to to enroll in a biology study. It was not an easy journey because I kind of have to put aside my private life for 5 years
Wow.
because every day I had to study a lot, to attend practical classes. To When I started my master project thesis, I spent something like 8 up to 10 hours in the lab. But
Wow.
it was a genuine passion. It was something I wanted to do, so it was not so hard for me in the end.
I,
But there's a problem. I knew that the possibility to have the job I studied for in Italy were not that easy. But since I was able to speak quite good English, French, and other languages I learned during my journey, I
Wow.
decided to apply for jobs abroad and say just and told myself just in case I don't manage to find the job, my dream job abroad, I'll stay in
Mhm.
Italy and I'll see what happens. But afterwards, I just stumbled on the opportunity to be in this amazing Erasmus program, and so this is where the journey begins.
That's amazing. You
Thank
know,
you.
I love your story. I love, like, as you mentioned, it's somehow some part of your life you need to dedicate and focus in your professional life, because the only way you need to go through. And actually, it's interesting saying as well that you spend so many hours in the lab, and of course, it was hard and tired, but at the same time as well was enjoyable because something that you're passionate about. So it doesn't feel like the same if you're doing something that you didn't like it. So when you do something within your
Right.
life, you just
Right.
do it. You can spend
Yes.
hours and hours and hours, and sometimes just your physical feel like, okay, and now I need to stop a little bit because you just can go on and on. And I get your point.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, Chiara. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey. Okay,
Mhm.
are you
Okay.
ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
I'm ready.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Wonderful questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song. Just first relax before the first question, okay?
So,
Let's do it. So before I start the interview, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
okay. Okay.
Amazing.
So, mhm,
First
mhm.
question is, if you could ask for a miracle, what that would be?
Well, it might sound a bit usual, but peace in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so much beauty in the world, so much beauty in diversity, in
Yep.
opinions, in people in general, that I always think, I think every day, why wasting your time fighting wars, fighting with people in your
Yep.
everyday life? I think it's useless and it's a mess. It's such a pity to see so much hate in the world, while the planet we have the chance to live in is such a beautiful place.
Wow.
I'm not only a scientist, a professional in biological sciences, but I'm also a traveler. I'm a travel enthusiast, and every time I go abroad for trips, for work, for whatever reason, I always feel impressed about the diversity and the beauty that surrounds us. And every
Totally.
time I keep on repeating myself, why all this hate here?
Totally. And saying that, what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
Just being happy,
Wow.
doing things you love, being surrounded by people that really matters to you. And
Hmm.
just in case at some point you're not happy anymore with your life, just um, just be brave enough to do the giant leap and just I don't know, step out of the comfort zone and
Yeah.
at least try to change your situation in many ways, in many possible ways.
I agree. I think stepping out of your comfort zone can be scary, but you can find beautiful things out there. And it's the only way to go. You have no other choice. Again, sometimes we find, our path in life very early age and you just stay on it. It's not wrong with that. But sometimes if you feel like you can explore other areas, you can explore the world, you can explore other places, why not? Just step out, you know what I mean? And you can try new things. Beautiful.
I know it's hard. I know it's hard because
Yeah.
I experience this every day. But when you realize how you can change your life just by stepping outside the comfort zone, then everything gets easier, and that's amazing.
And do you believe that happiness is a choice?
Well, it's a matter of choice, but also, unfortunately, a matter of good luck.
Hmm.
Because people like me, like you, we have the chance to be born in the right place of the world.
Yeah.
We have this luxury to build the careers we want, to study, to eat and drink every day. This is not taken for granted.
Hmm.
So it's a matter of balance, I would say. Choice, decisions, and luck.
Wow. Yes, they work all together. I think we need all of them
Yes.
to, to make it happen. You know what I mean? You can be the luckiest one, but if you not put your hard work, if you don't put your energy in there, trust me, it's not gonna work. You need to work all together to get somewhere where
Right.
you want to be. Amazing. Next question, let's do it. Okay, Chiara, next question is, how do you make friends?
Hmm. Well, it's a very important question, especially if you live abroad and you'll be living abroad for for a short time. Especially as an adult, I understand that it can be the roll of the dice to make new friends, but I
Hmm.
think you just have to be open-minded, and the opportunities to make new friends or to meet people, you realize there are several. Now, for example, what I like to do to meet new people is to do the things I love. For example, attend book clubs because I love reading,
Oh.
or movie nights, or just go to language tandem groups, language tandem events, travel because, as I mentioned before, I love traveling, and so the opportunities to make new friends are several, but again, it's a matter of balance. If
Wow.
you if you're scared, if you worry too much about what people may think of you, then you are closed like an oyster, and the real part of you doesn't show up. So I think the secret is to not be shy, not be shy. I think we,
Mhm.
we shouldn't be shy. We shouldn't be afraid of people. Just try to speak to them, listen to them, enroll in events, or take part into things that scare you,
Mhm.
and then just see how the flow goes.
Saying that, tell me a person in your life that when you're feeling the lowest, when you feel like not having a good day, you're feeling sad for some reason, this person comes to your mind. And at the same time as well, when you're feeling the happiest, you feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling great right now. The same person comes to your mind for you to share it. Tell me which person is that?
Well, I have this kind of person in my life, and that's my French partner, Pierre.
Oh,
That's him.
oh. And tell me, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from him so far?
From him, well, of course, it teach me so much about French culture because, again, I've been living in Paris for 12 years. I have French acquaintances, French friends, colleagues, etc. So I think I know a little bit about French culture by now. But living every day with a native, with a local, with a
Yeah,
French native speaker, it's something else. It's something else because
totally.
it allows you to see things from another point of view,
Yeah,
to destroy all the possible stereotypes about the country, about people from the country. And now I can say for sure that not the 100%, not 100%, but at least 80, 90% of the stereotypes about French people are just I don't want to say a swear word. I just say silly things,
yeah,
just cliches.
I see. Okay, so your partner, Pierre, his name, yeah?
Right.
Yeah. He's watching this interview right now. When you have a moment, an opportunity to send him a message, what would you say? He's watching.
Well, thank you for making me happier every day, and to
Oh,
make my life an amazing experience.
oh, sweet, very sweet.
Just
Yeah,
something to say. I always consider myself as a very independent person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that even if I hadn't him in my life, uh, even if life had, for whatever reason, other plans for me, I would be happy anyway. But now I'm happy in a different way.
Totally.
It's like the cherry on the top of the cake. Now I feel that my life is 100% complete. Before meeting him, it was nice, but with some adjustments to make, I would say.
Oh, sweet. I get your point. I think we, first of all, need to be happy for ourselves. And of course, when you meet someone that comes to complement that, to, as a plus, it makes things even better, for sure.
Mhm.
Next question.
Great.
Before the next question, Chiara, tell me, what do you like the most about being a biologist, being part of science? What do you like the most about your journey?
Well, being like a biologist, sorry, is like living in Paris or living abroad in general. Every day is a surprise.
Wow.
Sometimes it's a bad surprise because biology is unpredictable. Maybe naive person consider biology as a perfect science. Trust me, it's not, because you can follow the protocol, follow the precise step, not changing everything in your workflow. And in the end, the experiment just doesn't work, and you keep on asking yourself what I've done, where's the mistake now? And when it happens, it's frustrating. But then
Wow.
the day before, you come up with another idea, another nice solution to solve problems. There's a lot of troubleshooting to perform every day, not alone, but with your colleagues, with the other fellow researchers, and
Hmm.
that's why when in the end the workflow works, you are happy and you say, "Oh yeah, I learned something more from my mistakes, or from some distraction that may have occurred during the process." So yeah, that's it. It's never a boring job, even when it comes to do routine tasks, or to repeating the same things for weeks, for months. It doesn't matter. It's always amazing.
Wow.
It's like being a toddler and being surprised by everything around you.
Wow. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Okay, next question is, who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
Good question. Well, there are many important person in my life, among friends, family, etc. But I think one of the most inspirational person for me in general is my auntie, who
Wow.
unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago.
And why did you have this connection with her? Why she was very influential to you?
Well, even if her body is not with us anymore,
Hmm.
I'm not a particular religious person, but I can feel that her spirit,
Yes,
maybe it's somewhere in this room, in the air. I
totally.
cannot explain why, but she was so inspirational because for me, she was kind of a pioneer for her generation,
Wow.
because she was born during the war. I think she was the first woman in her family to start working in her 14th or 16th. She was really, really young, because what she wanted was to be independent and not ask money to anyone else, and not even my grandfather or the other brothers and sisters.
Wow.
And thanks to this rebel spirit, I'll say, she managed to obtain things that in that period were basically impossible, like opening a bank account, um, um, just work as a woman and travel. She traveled a lot when she was young, and I think she was an inspiration, especially for my travel life, for my passion for traveling. Because when you have an adult in your young age, uh, talking to you about countries like Bulgaria, Tunisia, the Netherlands, England. When you are a kid, all these countries seem so far away from you. And then
Uh,
when you have the independence, the money, and also and you are reckless enough to travel alone to discover the world, then you realize that these countries are not that far anymore.
Beautiful. I totally agree with you. I think those people, they're so close to us, and even though physically or they're not here anymore, however, their spirit's always going to be. And I'm sure whatever she is right now, she's smiling. And I've got goosebumps. I've
Just
got
like me,
goosebumps
just
just
like
because,
me in the moment.
yeah, for sure. She's like so smiling just to know that. I'm sure she knew it before that she was a big inspiration for you, but just to for you to point it out again, I think it's amazing. I love those people. Could be our friend, our familiar, someone, relatives, but they just leave a mark in our lives for sure.
Yes. In fact, now as you can see, I'm smiling. I'm thinking about her. I'm speaking about her, and my eyes are a bit wet. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I'm smiling like
Totally.
never before because her death was some kind of bad surprise. But
Mhm.
it was 2 years ago, maybe even more. But now I'm pretty sure, even if at the beginning I was so in pain, that now she's in peace. And
Yeah,
as you said, maybe she's smiling, thinking about the things I'm saying and the memory
totally.
I have about her.
Totally. I'm sure she must be so proud and to know that in this connection, it's always there, always gonna
Thank
be
you,
there.
William. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Next question, let's do it. Next question for you is, what was your best friend's name growing up, and why did you consider this person as your best friend at the time?
Well. It's true that when I was a kid that I didn't have so many friends, but maybe I remember very well the best friend I had at primary school. Her name is Alessia,
Okay,
and that's funny, but she's still in my life right now as an adult.
that's amazing.
Well, we didn't really keep in touch after the after primary school, maybe just for a couple of years during middle school. But what's fun is that thanks to social media,
Yeah.
we managed to connect again in our adult life. I
Wow.
think maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Now I live abroad. She still lives in Italy, but just through this connection via social media,
Yeah.
she asked me to meet up for a coffee or for drinks every time I come back to Italy for holidays,
Yeah.
and that's how the friendship flourished again.
Wow.
Okay, now of course we'll have some times to get to know each other better now that we are adults and not kids
Of
anymore.
course.
I think we have to see each other more often
Yeah.
during the year. But she loves Paris. She comes here every chance she gets,
Yeah.
along with her husband or with family. And she has an extra room to sleep in just in case she wants to visit. So she's always welcome to join.
Saying that, when you think about Italy, when you think about your hometown, of course, besides your family, your friends, what do you miss the most about your country, about your culture, about your city?
Well, to be honest, I'm not that nostalgic. I
Okay.
feel okay abroad. I love feeling a bit lost, speaking foreign languages every day.
Yeah.
But if there's something I really miss about Italy, well, there are a couple of things. First, the easy way we connect to each other.
Right.
This can be a bit complicated abroad, especially when the culture. of local people are very different from yours.
Totally.
And it may sound funny, but one thing I really miss are fresh tomatoes because
Interesting.
I can find tasty fresh tomatoes in Paris or elsewhere in Northern Europe.
Wow, interesting. Amazing. It's funny you say that because I'm from Brazil and I love watermelon. And since I left Brazil, I haven't tasted the watermelon the same sweetness that I found, since I've been living in Europe, like in Portugal, in England. There's not even one place that I travel around Europe that I could have the watermelon with the same taste as back in Brazil, where I am from.
I see, I see. I see your point.
It's just something different. It's just more, I don't know, more sweet, or I don't know. I don't know how to explain. You know very well, like it's just a taste that stay with you, and it's difficult to find somewhere else. I get it.
Do you know the expression, the idiom Proust, Madeleine?
No?
No, it comes from a book, a French book,
Okay.
written by Marcel Proust, a very, very well-known French author.
Okay.
And the Madeleine is a small cake, a small French cake, very tasty. But in this specific book, eating a Madeleine with tea comes to bring some memories to Marcel Proust's mind. And that's exactly the same things with fresh Italian tomatoes, mozzarella, and a couple of other goods. That just reminds me about childhood, about long summer, hot summers in Italy.
Right.
And so it's more than a memory, it's more than a good taste. It's the feeling of belonging to something, to a place in particular, even if I don't miss Italy that much, and that's incredible.
It's just our roots somehow are connect with us. That's even though we are so far away, those roots stay a little bit there
A
with the
little
taste.
bit, right?
Yeah, with the taste of it, the taste of the food, sometimes with the smell, sometimes with connections, but I think food is a big one. That's the taste always gonna be there. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah, it means that we are enjoying it. Next question for you is, what do you think is a good age to start dating and why?
Hmm. Well, it's not easy to answer. Well, I started dating quite late,
Mm-hmm.
in my 90s, 20s,
Okay.
um, and it was quite late indeed. But I believe that if you're ready to open yourself to others and to step outside your comfort zone, as I
Yeah.
always say, maybe at 15, 16,
Mm-hmm.
you you're ready. But in general, on the opposite, you are never too old to date someone or to start a brand new life
There are no
alone
rules.
or with someone else, of course.
Totally. And saying that, what's the biggest joy of being Chiara? What do you like the most about being you?
Mhm. That in every situation, even if it's complicated sometimes, I always manage to be myself.
Wow.
Even if some people may dislike, some people may criticize my choices, my way of being, my way of speaking, because I love speaking frankly,
Totally. Wow.
maybe with harsh replies sometimes. But when I see something that I dislike, some behaviors I despise, I cannot just be silent and not speak up.
Totally.
This is my main quality, but also my main fault, I'll say.
I get your point. And I think as when you are yourself, the right people will stay because they accept the way you are, and the wrong people just will go. And it's okay. It's just a matter of life. When people come and go, and sometimes they appreciate the way you are. It's just accepting you. I think that's the way to be. 2 questions left. Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay, before the next question, as you mentioned about, living in Paris, it's a place where you like to live. Um, Tell me the very first time that since you've been there that you felt like, oh my God, I'm living in Paris right now. There was a moment, that you felt like, wow, it's amazing to be here. Or for you, it just naturally living there, you felt like, okay, I belong here for now.
I remember very well the moment. It was in 2013, exactly a couple of months after beginning of my Erasmus program.
Okay.
I was on the Alexandra Bridge with my roommates, and we saw the Eiffel Tower blinking for the very first time. I know it's a very stereotypical vision, but this was the very first time I really had a feeling of belonging to the city.
Wow.
And I missed this moment because I still was in my honeymoon phase. I don't know if you know that in the expat process, in the immigration process, there are several steps. The
Mhm.
honeymoon phase, then the adaptation, then the frustration, and then just the balance phase.
I like that.
The phase on which I'm in right now. At the beginning, I love everything about Paris. I I could not see any side down of the city, and now unfortunately I start complaining about the things I dislike, about things I would like to change. But yeah, that's life. That's life. I think it's completely natural, absolutely normal, especially as an adult, because now I'm 36 and I'm not 24 anymore. And at the beginning, I saw this change in my mind, in my way of seeing things as a failure. But now for me, it's not a failure anymore. It's just part of the process. Well, my nickname is Chiara in progress. Expat life is a continuous process without stops, without stopping points. So I say, yeah, I said, yes, my life there, it's it. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's frustrating. I just have to learn to live with that and accept it.
Amazing. Next question for you is, if you could be any age, what age would you choose and why?
Mm, well, despite the ups and downs, I like the age I'm in now
Hmm.
because I feel stronger. I feel more self-confident, more independent.
Yep.
But if I was to pick an age, I'll say 27, 28
Why is
because
that?
I have particular good memories of this age. When I was 28, um, what I did, well, I ended up a relationship that
Hmm.
didn't make me happy anymore. I suffer a lot, but I ended up being so happy and so satisfied about this decision.
Hmm.
And it was the first time I visit a Nordic country, Iceland in particular. And
Wow.
afterwards, it started a real love story with Nordic countries. I think the starting point was this trip to Iceland with my family.
Wow. And aging for you is something that bothers you, or you just see as a matter of life?
Mm, I've not decided yet because
Okay.
um, somehow, as I told you before, I
Hmm.
like the idea of being a conscious adult, to being independent, mature in many many ways, more mature compared to 6 or 7 years ago. But at the same time, as many millennial people my age, people my generation, I feel the time ticking out,
Right.
and I keep thinking, am I too old to have kids, to buy a house, to succeed in a project, in a personal project, in a work project, to earn enough money to live a comfortable life? Again, I don't have the magic formula. I don't have the answer to all these questions. I'm just waiting. and enjoying the process in the meantime. This is what I'm trying to do.
And that's very important. Enjoy the journey and also trust the
Mhm.
process. You know what I mean? There are no rules. I think you just need to follow your intuition, you need to follow your how you feel about it. That's how I see it. Cool.
Okay.
Last question, ready?
Last one. Wow.
Let's do
I'm
it. Let's
excited now.
Okay, but before the last question, tell me a moment in your career as a biologist that you're never gonna forget. Could be a situation, could be something that maybe you discovered or something that you learned, could be anything that you go like, you know what, that it's one of the highlights of your my career so far.
It was at the beginning of last year when, thanks to a workflow I developed with my colleagues, we managed to purchase a very, very complex and expensive instrument.
Wow,
But they changed our scientific life from this to that, and allow us to reply to many, many scientific questions that they were still unclear at the moment, at that moment.
wow, amazing. Last question for you is, share with us a crazy or a funny story that happened to you when you were a child at school.
When you were a child? Ah, there are there are several funny stories, but the one in particular. Besides from traveling and doing fancy experiments in the lab, I've always been passionate about reading and writing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to write this text about the dreams and about the expectation at primary school. And I wrote in this text in Italian, of course. When I grow up, I want to travel the world. I dream about visiting London, going to Egypt, going to South America, whatever, New York. And last but not least, I wrote, I dream about visiting Paris to see the Eiffel Tower and Disneyland.
Wow,
I think that the young girl, um the young girl might be really, really happy if she could see me, the adult version of herself right now.
wow, that's incredible. Amazing. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to say some words and you just tell one word that comes to your mind, okay? Quick thinking.
Nice. Okay.
Let's start with money,
Independence.
fear,
Mm, success.
family,
Love.
life.
Happiness.
One word for love.
Say it again, please.
Love,
Love. Satisfaction.
religion,
Faith.
politics,
Discussion.
sex,
Passion.
friendship,
Love.
desire,
Love as well.
okay? Regret,
Regret. Feelings.
success,
Success. Happiness.
wish.
Expectations.
One word for happiness.
One word for happiness. Mm, wow. Just one word. Um, kindness. Kindness.
One word for Italy.
Memories.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza. Come on.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite pizza?
The most classical one, margarita,
Wow,
and eggplants, eggplants pizza.
wow. One word for Paris.
Mm, growth,
One word for science.
discovery,
And the last one now, one word for biologist.
biologist, crazy.
I love it. I love it.
This is what we are, indeed.
In a very inspiring way, for sure. You know what I mean? I think the biologists, they spend so much time of their life, discovering things, working on things, improving things, that it's you need to have a gift to do it, because, as you know, it's not easy. You need to love it, because it's a long journey.
Thank you.
Before you go, if I would meet your partner right now for a coffee, and I would ask him, define Chiara in one positive and one negative word only, what he would say about you.
Hmm. Well, in a positive way, curious or passionate.
Okay?
In a negative way, stubborn.
Interesting. I don't know if you believe in astrology, but what's your star sign astrology?
My star sign is Cancer.
Okay.
And I think even I don't believe it because I'm a scientist, of course.
Of course.
I think I'm a 100% Cancer with all the good sides and the downsides.
Interesting. Let's play now Chiara in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Yes, but before you ask me the question, tell me what's your favorite French word?
I have many. I think my favorite one is croustillant. Croustillant. It means crispy.
Interesting.
I,
Question.
croustillant, yeah. I love it just because I like the sound. All this cr, cr, cr.
Yeah,
They were so complicated for me to learn as an Italian. Oh,
I can
I
imagine.
don't even want to remember about it.
Okay, Chiara, you can ask me a question now.
Yes. So, in your opinion, and your based on your experience, what's the most beautiful thing about living abroad and the worst thing?
Great question. Love your question. I left Brazil, I was 19-year-old, so it's been a long time. I think the best part is for you, to experience different culture, different way of living, different way of approaching life. You could study for years in the same school about the same topic about living abroad, but would never learn if you live in it. It's the only way for you to learn. I think the best way is for you become more open-minded, you become more understanding, you become more approachable as well. You see other things in life that just living abroad is the only way for you to experience. As you know, it's not easy. However, it's a gift. I think we are so privileged to be, for example, my God, so many people around the globe would love to say, I live in Paris, I live in London. And for different reasons, they cannot. And I think we are very privileged, and we need to be always grateful for this opportunity. 100%, because it's not everyone who could have this privilege to say I live abroad. And of course, two big cities like Paris, like London, that people, they dream about it. I think it's a gift. So back to your question, I think it's the best part for you to live abroad is for you to experience a different way of living, a different language, a different way of expressing people the way they, it's the only way. That's the positive.
That's so true. Yeah, I totally agree.
And the negative side, I think, for you to live abroad is, okay, the first thing that came to my mind is, even though you can learn the language, you can learn a lot about the language, you can understand everything, but you never gonna fully understand their own culture, the way they talk. There's always something. I think broken English or broken French or broken English, that when you talk, it's a beauty behind, because people love accents. I think it stands out. However, for me, when I'm going to apply maybe for a position in a workplace or something, I always feel insecure, because if there is a native language, I feel like they're ahead of us because it's their own language. So I think for me, it's just personal. Of course, people, they see in a different way, but for me, I feel like somehow, even though you are into their culture, however, you're never going to be part of it completely. You know what I mean? So that feeling that's always be in the back of your mind. So I think for me, that's the how I see. Again, it's a negative. It's just a personal feeling,
Mm,
but it doesn't affect me at all. I can be naturally self. It doesn't stop me. But sometimes in certain,
mhm,
situations, I feel a bit insecure or maybe shy because I know that's not my first language, and also I know that I'm not a native. You know what I mean? So that's, I think, for me. But again, it's not for everyone. But for me personal, I feel this way.
mm. But I think they will appreciate the effort. I think maybe the native speaker, often people speak in just one language. If they are smart enough, they will understand the struggle. And
Totally.
but I totally see your point because I'm a perfectionist. Every time I keep on wondering, was I clear enough? My pronunciation was right. I
Yeah,
don't know. I feel so bad. I feel so insecure. I'm never satisfied. I mean, I
totally.
speak French as a second language, and again, I'm still so self-critical when it comes to my accent, my way of pronouncing things, my way in my vocabulary.
Yeah.
And it's important to be self-critical and willing to improve your skills. But at some point, we have to be more kinder. We have to approach in a gentle way to ourselves because otherwise, we don't talk to anyone anymore.
And that's what I mentioned to you. It doesn't stop me to be myself. It doesn't stop me to
It's so
express
nice.
the way I am. I love that. However, as I said, in certain situations, I can feel this way, but literally it's like 3% of my life, you know what I mean? Because the 97%, I feel the greatest, and it doesn't stop me. I can express myself. So this just a little negative, but I think the positive, it's even bigger. That's the negative
Oh, that's beautiful.
becomes
That's
so small.
beautiful. It's the most important thing.
Totally. Did you enjoy the interview, Chiara?
Oh, yes. It was a bit complicated because it's late. And so
Oh, thanks so much for taking
and
the time for to keep this so late for me for the
it's so
interview.
late. And also, I like to mention that, of course, English is not my first nor my second language. I basically speak French every single day, 24 hours on 24 hours. And so I hope I was clear enough
You
and
were.
that you understood all my words and all my feelings, etc.
I do, and I would like to say something very important, Chiara. Talking to you, I love your personality. I love you are a woman that's you embrace yourself. You're very confident. My God, when I start talking to you, I felt like, wow, you are very confident. You come across a very person that you know what you like it. You embrace yourself. You embrace your way of living, and it's something. It's amazing. It's the first impression I had talking to you. So thanks again for bringing your energy to the show. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you,
It
thank
was
you.
beautiful to hear your story with your aunt, and I think it's amazing because somehow we are in the same boat. We live abroad. You are in a foreign country, and you are living our best life. So I appreciate your time. I know you are very busy, and you took time for the interview. Thanks so much.
Thank you, William. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you.
I can see the same of you, your energy, your smile, your kind question made me feel comfortable, even if I was in an uncomfortable situation. But
Thanks again.
again, what we have to do, we have to step outside the comfort zone. We have to make some more things that scare us. And if you will, this is one of my main good resolution for 2026. I want to be fearless. I don't want to be afraid about doing beautiful things to about interacting with people that people I don't know, people I met for the very first time. And I don't know, maybe by December 2026, I will hold the conversation in perfect German because I'm learning German. This is just an
Amazing.
example. But
I
I
love
just feel so bad because I say, oh, no, no, my German is broken. I can better understand a few words, but let's see what the future has in store for me. Who knows?
And always remember, a broken language is a beauty behind that. People love it and appreciate. That's what I've learned. So
Mhm.
don't shy yourself of what I mean speaking when you can, because it's just beauty. People love that.
Thank you.
I was about to ask you to say a positive message, and you just said right now. I think that's what you just said is a very positive, and appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Regards to your partner, to your friends and family, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay, have a good night. Take care.
Have a good night, William. See you
Bye
soon.
bye. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Ciao, ciao.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.